Vanessa.
Um,
First, we just wanted to thank you for taking the time out to come listen to our presentation, and we're going to take you through a couple of video concepts. So first of all, we're going to go through our target market, and then we have the inspiration and storyboard for both of our concepts, and then we're going to take you through some KPIs to just see how we can measure the success of these videos. So first of all, one of the big things we got out of our brief and our visit with you is this quote: "We are the biggest company no one has ever heard of." And that could have a negative context, but we thought this was really intriguing and thought it has some sort of secrecy that's really interesting about it. So all we have to do, and the purpose of these videos, is just to convince people to join this kind of interesting secret Wedgwood company. So first of all, we have our target market. And in general, these are young professionals, both men and women, who are ready to start their career. They could be fresh out of college or a couple years out, and they're really focused on forwarding themselves. They're not really looking for they're not really looking to settle down right now. They're fast-paced, determined people, and as we learned from our visit, they're trustworthy, motivated, and smart people. So they're ready to get the job done and just jump into things. They're also risk takers. They're ready to lead and ready to put themselves out there, as well as thick-skinned and realistic because of the industry that they're in. They're ready to really dive into what's going on.
Okay, so we came up with 2 different storyboards because we feel like Wedgwood have different personalities and we kind of want to portray in 2 different stories. So for our inspiration number 1, we want to ask ourselves, who is Wedgwood? This company has been established 30 years ago, but nobody really knows who Wedgwood is. So is it because Wedgwood is not a trustworthy company? Well, from the tour, we know that that's not true. You guys have been, helping people sell homes. You guys had a prediction of $1 million in revenue next year. So definitely it could, in our words, be real estate's best kept secret. So we came up with the idea that being secretive is kind of a part of the company's culture, and we think that's okay, and that's something that we want to portray in our video. So we ask ourselves again, who is Wedgwood? Wedgwood is a secret that the elite and intelligent people want to be a part of, and that's how we came up with our first storyboard.
So for concept number 1, we kind of wanted to highlight, again, the secrecy, the intimacy, and the desirability of who Wedgwood is as a company. To sort of preface this, between each scene, it's going to be a really fast-paced YouTube video is what we're kind of imagining. And between each scene, there's going to be a fully lit scene, and then in between each cut is a heartbeat. And from each, a really thumping, loud heartbeat that will transition to the next. And it's going to be quick and it's going to be fast-paced because a heartbeat is kind of like the lifeblood of a person, and we think that employees are kind of the lifeblood of Wedgwood. So that's kind of the concept in between scenes. So keep that in mind while I go through the storyboard. So scene number 1 is a really beautiful woman. She's walking down the street. She's dressed to the nines. She's got dark-rimmed sunglasses on. And there's cars everywhere, honking, bikes whizzing by her, and this is all audible. But what's most audible over all of that is the clicking of her heels, because she's dominating this scene. It's all about her, and she's walking into this really fancy, powerful-looking kind of building. And then we're going to heartbeat to the next scene. The next scene is just a close-up of her manicured fingers. They're really delicate, and they're pressing the up button of a fancy elevator. Kind of as a symbolism of her going up in the world as she enters Wedgwood. A heartbeat, and then we go and see a close-up of her shoes. We only really can see the inside of the elevator. You can see cap down. Ideally, they're Louboutins because that symbolizes success. You can see the red bottoms of those shoes, and she's just standing there. You hear an elevator ding before you hear the next heartbeat, which is a total Mr. and Mrs. Smith-esque type of scene. She steps out onto this platform where she starts to be scanned. It looks like the inside of a toaster oven because there's red lights on her. It's high security, high tech, kind of showcases this secrecy and this desirability we were talking about Wedgwood in the beginning. And then we're going to heartbeat again to a scene of her eyes. She takes off it's just her eyes ideally, and she would take off her sunglasses and she would have a little bit of shifty eyes, scoping out the competition. Heartbeat to the next scene is where an old kind of withered hand has a manila envelope. It says confidential on it, and it's handing it to her, and it kind of symbolizes these old properties that you guys are flipping and handing it to this new woman who's vigorous and young and ready to go. So she gets handed this manila envelope, and then we have a heartbeat to the next scene where she really slowly takes out cardstock out of this manila envelope, and she's kind of taking it out slowly, like if she takes it out too fast, a bomb's gonna explode or something like that. And when she finally sees this Wedgwood logo on the front, we hear a heartbeat, and then it shows, this is the only sly smile I can find, is Blair Waldorf. You guys watch Gossip Girl. It's sly because she's figured out this Wedgwood secret, and she's excited about it, and it's determined because the people that we want to come here are determined people. And then we're going to hear one more heartbeat, and then we say again, real estate's best kept secret for 30 years. We're going to heartbeat again to inquire within, and we'll have little logos of we'll have a website logo, and then Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn. Heartbeat one more time to the different job openings you guys might have open at that time, and then heartbeat the very last scene to the Wedgwood logo again, just so that you do have that stand in your customer's mind. And that's our first concept, and then we're going to kind of flip-flop to the second one. That's kind of the same thing, but I'll talk a little bit more about it.
So inspiration kind of video number 2. As well, we asked ourselves again, so who is Wedgwood? The company has been selling houses and doing all this stuff for the past 30 years. So does that mean Wedgwood is a boring company? Do you guys just like on the computer all the time, super serious, like no fun? But like actually, we heard about all your parties, the dogs, all that stuff that you guys throw for your employees, and you guys really kind of do that work hard, play hard attitude, and we feel like that's something that we really want to showcase in the video. So we find that having fun is also part of the company culture, just like we heard from the tour that we had at Wedgwood. So we asked ourselves again, who is Wedgwood? Wedgwood is a company that celebrates hard work and knows how to reward their employees. So our second video.
So our second concept is a little different from the first. The first one focuses on the secretness of Wedgwood and how you want to enter. And this one kind of is experiencing Wedgwood. It takes you through the day of a transaction and just the lifestyle of Wedgwood and the employees there. So it's going to start off with an open lobby. The employee just coming in, starting their days, setting their bags down, getting their coffee, and then it's going to heartbeat. We're having the same heartbeat idea as the first video to show consistency and keep the videos upbeat and clean transitions. So this is when the employees are all coming in, talking about their weekends, like what they plan to do today, and just showing the community here at Wedgwood and how you guys are friends. So it's going to heartbeat to the war room. It's going to start off with an empty war room, just showing the different computer screens with the auctions and like locations and just prepping, getting all the work ready. And the camera's going to slowly pan around through like the black screen where it'll just heartbeat, and it'll show like a full war room. You guys are all in there, lights on, like we're going into battle, stuff like that. You'll be contacting, you'll be looking at the houses, looking at your competitors, stuff like that, where it'll heartbeat to the scene where the worker will be there bidding at the auction against other competitors and individuals there trying to get the house. And it shows like the true story of you being at the auction, where it'll heartbeat to you guys winning the auction. You see the sold sign, signing the paperwork, and everything that's encompassed in buying the house. And then it'll heartbeat to this picture. It's going to start off with just the right image, which is the old house. Just the before picture, it's kind of beat down. As you can see, the grass isn't taken care of, it's just like really dirty. And then it'll cross dissolve into like the new house that you guys remodeled. There'll be solar panels on it, like it'll be really nice, clean grass, everything. And then it'll heartbeat and do the same thing with the inside. It'll show the dirty carpet, the cluster, and then it'll switch over and you'll see the nice interior, the hardwood floors, the freshly painted walls, and the pictures. It'll be great. And then it's gonna heartbeat to the worker coming back, and you guys are celebrating like you did it, congratulations, like you're already a part of the team, but now like welcome, like you know what it's like. You guys are celebrating. You guys are so excited for the new employee, and then bocce ball. Yeah, it really shows you guys work hard, play hard, mentality and spirit, and how hard work is really rewarded here at Wedgwood, and how you guys show both sides of the coin. You work really hard, but you also have a great time. That's when it'll heartbeat to this quote, which is Wedgwood has been waiting for you. So the first time you're saying like we're the best kept secret, but now we're saying like you found us, and now that you're here, like you're what we've been looking for, you're the talent, you're great, we want you. We'll heartbeat to the same as last video, social media icons, and lastly the openings and the logo.
Okay, so now I'm going to take you through the KPIs, just how to measure how successful this was. First of all, we'd like to see an increase in the applications or the inquiries about employment at Wedgwood, because obviously that means people are seeing this, people want to know more, people want to work for you. And then, as well as, since you have no video content right now, there's nothing really to increase from or to improve from. So we'd like to see around 5,000 views of each of these videos, because we think that's a solid number for the beginning, because you're just getting a following, you're just starting to, people are just kind of learning about who you really are. And then it's also reaching, because you guys are determined people, so I feel like as a KPI you want to do big, you want to do big things. And then finally, YouTube click-through rates, we want to know that people see these videos and they will go to your website. They're intrigued right away. They don't want to wait. They want to know who you are. They want to know more. They want to apply right then and there. So we want to see about a 30% click-through rate from YouTube to the websites as well. So thank you. That's our presentation, and we'll take any questions.
So the videos would be on YouTube?
Yes.
That's where they would,
They'd be on YouTube. They could also be displayed on your website when you have that. But I think YouTube is one of the good channels, because when you're searched, those videos will come up as well because of Wedgwood. It's just an organic way to see videos, and since people want video content, that's one of the main